And that's ready to go. 6 minutes and 10 seconds. Drop it in. We're gonna see how hot it is. Swap. All right, it says 106, 112, 105, 107. Okay, let's drop it in here. Got another this thing. Okay, so here they are. They look good. We jettisoned a couple of beans there. That's what it is. They cooled instantly, a lot quicker in the cooling tray, obviously. So yeah, we're gonna just see how the taste is affected. So what we're looking for is if these are not as roastier. They're not as have that roastier flavor. Okay. This is the one cooled, and then we'll need to do another one that is not cooled and see if there's an actual difference. Okay, so this is going to be the one that's not cooled. We're just going to take it straight from here and we're going to compare it. Drop them in when the sound changes. And there you go, it's roasting. Roasting away. Okay, second reading. It was actually 114, 116, hovering around there. So we'll call this not cooled. So we've got extra cool and not cooled. And we'll test these later. Raisin bread. Still grape nuts. All right, we're back. 5 minutes in, almost 6 minutes. Okay, it's so minute. It's really minute. If you didn't tell me, you know, it would be really, really hardcore, really, really hard to tell, I'd say, for myself, because I'm not, you know, on par and stuff. I've got my little thing to help me smell more. It's okay. It's not perfect. All right. This one, not cooled, quicker. This one got extra cooling. Can I taste it? Yeah, but I think the bias is setting in. I think I glanced at this. I tried to do it blind, like keep them far away like this, right? So they weren't really in my view as I was tasting it. And this one, because I kind of know there's a slight bias here, I feel like it just has a little bit more body, more chocolate flavor, which I would classify more as a roasty flavor. And this one has like a very tea-like sort of body. Let's try it again. It's still a little hot. Well, we're in 8 minutes, so. This is rounder, fuller, because yeah, it was roasting a little longer. It was a little warmer after it dropped in the ikawa. And this one is almost, you know, should taste just as a sample roast should taste. This is like very tea-like, underdeveloped, not round, thin in its body right now. I'm really only tasting that terroir and the varietal. It's very clean. They're both washed. And I'm getting cinnamon, clove, vanilla. Those are like the sort of spicy notes that I'm getting, the spice notes. And the fruit is yellows, oranges, not quite red. Yellows, oranges, a sort of mellow acidity, nothing astringent or strong. Yellow, so mellow, in the middle acidity, on the lower end of that middle. Nothing too strong. Clean, clean. And then when we taste this, yes to all these flavors, but it actually tastes better in terms of like, what could I drink? It tastes better because it's more rounded out. It's not just these sort of like high notes here. This one has a little bit more bass, a little bit more body to be more pleasant, I think, on the tongue. And I think just to drink, it's more pleasing. But if I'm going to really judge coffees on terroir, varietal, process, then industry standard says it should be kind of around here, which is, you know, with less roast flavors attached to it. We know we can kind of input any roast flavors if we just roast it long enough. So I think it'll be worth it for me to, moving forward, make the decision to roast the samples outside, no longer underneath the the stove head like I was doing, which is great for me because I hate doing that. I don't like overlapping workstations and such, and it looks janky as hell. So I love that we now have that cool, like, you know, floating table set up, which that's what we did. And I was like, what am I really going to do with this floating table other than hold green while I roast coffee? And now I have an even better reason. Go out there with the ikawa, roast the samples I need to roast, test blends if I need test blends. I think that's what I'll be using it in the meantime when I'm not buying green and making purchasing decisions. And then cool it down with the help of the production roaster. Cool it down quicker so I can really keep working on the cupping skills of tasting varietal, terroir, process, and really try to taste those things and be a little bit better about documenting what I'm tasting. By the way, I should document what I'm tasting today. It's hard to do that, I think, for me, because I like to do one thing at a time. I can't really multitask, especially when I'm making content. That's where I slip up because I want to give some sort of like, I want to give more energy to the camera, basically. You know, I'm not just doing this by myself, in effect. So after, just trying to be accountable and give myself, you know, a reminder is I'm going to document what I taste here, really try to hone in on it without the camera being there after I, you know, turn the camera off. And then, but yeah, cool. I made the decision. I think it's going to be helpful for me as a roaster to cool down the beans quicker. If you're not cooling your beans fast enough, yeah, they're theoretically still roasting, still cooking, right? So that's fine if you know, are not maybe aware of that, or maybe continue to not be aware of fixing that issue. If you have that issue of maybe your roasters, the beans are still hot after they drop, just account for that. Just make some sort of compensation. Oh yeah, like the ikawa drops the coffee, and it's still a little warm. It's 114, 16 degrees still when I drop the coffee. So I'm just going to mentally be aware of that, a little bit of extra heat and maybe that little bit of extra roastiness, and just work it into the rest of my system. So you don't have to do what I'm doing. I'm just sharing what I'm doing because I have a very good cooler, a huge cooling tray, cooling arms, a big gold cooling fan, very powerful cooling fan. So why not use it, right? Okay, so cool. Decision made. Hope that was helpful. That was a fun experiment. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.